Did you know that less than 1% of new cars in the US are sold with a manual transmission? That's right, stick shifts are basically on life support. And yet, car enthusiasts everywhere are swapping their automatics just to get that raw, connected driving experience. But here's the real question. Is a manual swap actually worth it? Or are you just signing up for a garage-sized headache? In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know, the real costs, the hidden challenges, and the moments no one warns you about. And trust me, if you're even thinking about doing a manual swap, you'll want to see what's coming in point number 4. Let's get in. On paper, it sounds easy. Just yank out the automatic, slap in a manual, bolt a few things together, and you're doing heel-toe downshifts like a rally legend. But hold on, Grease Warrior. This isn't Lego. What seems like a weekend job can quickly turn into a 3-month saga featuring missing parts, mystery error codes, and spontaneous emotional breakdowns. Modern cars aren't just mechanical, they're digital beasts. The moment you unplug that automatic, your ECU goes, "Where's my transmission, bro?" Suddenly, you're knee-deep in wiring diagrams, sourcing obscure sensors, and bribing a tuner to flash your car's brain into not throwing a fit. It's not impossible, but it sure isn't plug and play. And here's the twist. The deeper you go, the more surprises you find. So, before you dive headfirst into a swap thinking it's just a few bolts, ask yourself, are you ready to chase a dream? Or open a mechanical Pandora's box. Stick around, we're just getting started. Alright, let's talk reality. What do you actually need for a manual swap? Because this isn't just transmission goes in, happiness comes out. You're going to need a shopping list longer than your Amazon wish list. First up, the manual transmission itself. Obvious, right? But wait, we're just warming up. You'll need a clutch and flywheel combo because automatics don't use those. Then comes the pedal box with the clutch pedal, and you'll need the master cylinder, the slave cylinder, and hydraulic lines to connect it all. Still with me? Cool, because you're also going to need a manual specific drive shaft. Yep, they're different lengths, transmission mounts, shifter linkage, bushings, a shift boot, and often a different rear diff ratio. And let's not forget, wiring mods, possible ECU flashing, and in some cases, you might even need to lie to your car's computer just to make it start. It's a full system surgery, not a bolt-on upgrade. So if you're still asking, is manual transmission swap worth it? Just know you're not swapping one part. You're rebuilding your car's nervous system. Keep watching, because next up, we're diving into the part everyone forgets, the tech that tries to stop you. Now, here's where dreams go to die, or at least stall out in the garage for 6 months. Modern vehicles aren't just engines and gears anymore. They're rolling computers with trust issues. And when you pull out that automatic transmission, your car's brain basically has a meltdown. Where's the torque converter? Why are we not shifting? Who even are you? See, most modern autos are wired directly into the car's ECU, or have their own transmission control module, TCM. So when you remove it, it's not just missing hardware, it's missing logic. That means rewiring, reprogramming, or replacing the ECU entirely just to get the car to start. You'll also have to deal with ghost error codes, limp mode tantrums, or a dash that lights up like a Christmas tree. And that's assuming your wiring harness even fits with the new setup. This is the part no one talks about in those manual swap is easy TikToks. But don't bail just yet, because up next, we'll break down when it's actually worth doing all this madness. Let's cut through the grease. When is a manual transmission swap actually worth it? Because let's be honest, not every car is worth the blood, sweat, and credit card debt. If you've got a modern daily driver and you're hoping a manual will magically make it fun, maybe not the best plan. But if you've got a project car, an older platform with minimal electronics, or a factory manual version that shares the same chassis, that's a green light, especially if you're building for drifting, rally, or just raw driving joy. Swaps also make sense when you already own a donor car, or you've got rare trim parts you just don't want to part with. And let's be real, sometimes it's about the challenge. If you enjoy getting elbow deep in the engine bay and shouting, "Why won't this bolt line up?" At 2 a.m., this might just be your kind of therapy. But if your car's more family sedan than future race legend, you might be better off just buying a stick shift version outright. No shame in that. So you've got your parts list, you're hyped up, and you're ready to wrench. But then bam! Welcome to the unexpected costs, the ones no one tells you about until you're broke and your car's still on jack stands. First up, ECU tuning or reflashing. That can run a few $100 minimum, especially if your car freaks out post-swap. Then there's custom drive shafts. Because your new trans probably doesn't line up with your old one. You might also need new mounts, brackets, or a crossmember mod. Oh, and don't forget specialty tools, clutch alignment tools, torque wrenches, or a transmission jack. Renting those adds up fast. And here's a fun surprise. You'll probably need to spend hours chasing down random bushings, bolts, or adapters that nobody mentioned in the YouTube tutorial. Add in downtime from work or daily commuting stress if it's your only car. And yeah, it's not just the price of parts. Swapping a manual can cost $500 or $5,000. It all depends on how deep the rabbit hole goes. So, what should you do? Look, a manual transmission swap isn't a bad idea. It's just not always the smartest one. If your car is old school, has minimal electronics, or shares parts with a factory manual version, then go for it. It might be one of the most rewarding mods you'll ever do. But if you're working with a newer car loaded with sensors, ECUs, and a wiring harness that looks like spaghetti, you need to ask yourself, are you swapping for performance, fun, or just for the flex? Because the truth is, it's often faster and cheaper to sell your automatic and buy the manual version you really want. No hacking, no tuning, no electrical mysteries. Just keys in and drive. But if you're chasing that dream build and you've got the time, tools, and patience, full send. Just know what you're signing up for, and whatever you choose, drop a comment and let me know your plan. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more car content.